Alright, so let's sit with the back straight. Let's enter into the centering. Sit with the back straight with the head, neck and spine aligned in one straight line. Feel settled in this body. Bring awareness to the whole body from head to the toes, fingertips. And bring awareness to your breath awareness as well. Your breathing. Slow down the breathing by inhaling very slowly and deeply, enter into a gap. Then exhale slowly and fully, enter into the second gap. Go on like this, breathing. Allow the breath to bring you back to the present moment. The space of here and now. Notice how your thoughts per second start to reduce. Notice also how you experience an expanded awareness. Come to this space of listening, Shravana, authentic listening. No judgment, no thoughts from the past, just pure awareness. In that restful awareness, I'd like you to join the palms together in front of your heart center, your Anahata chakra, in the Amajali Mudra, the prayer pose. As we invoke Swamiji by chanting the Sadguru Vandanam, please chant along with me. Take a deep breath. Nityanandam Paramasukaram Kevalam Jnanamutim Dvandvatitam Gagana Shatrisham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Savvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadguruntam Namami. Let's continue with the Mahavakya, chanting 3 times. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityanandam, a very warm welcome to today's session. Meditation is for you, lesson 21. This is Manitya Dugananda. I'm welcoming from Kailasa, Singapore, as we're in the Adinam now. Today is 24th of August, 2022. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to everyone who is attending with me, not just in the Adinam, but also from the Zoom session, as well as the social media. We're live on a few social media platforms. So wherever you are, welcome to this session. So let's dive straight into the content of today's session, completing with all of you. We started slightly late. So today we're going to experience these few things. First, you know this meditation is called Anima Dhyana, okay? Basically, today you're going to experience weightlessness. So I will explain why we experience weight. weight comes from matter. Okay, I will explain that so that you understand the context, why we feel heavy. And then I'll explain the Shastra Pramana, or this meditation technique taken from Shiva Sutra 82. Then I will explain the steps to do this meditation. Then we enter into the meditation itself and wrapping up with the sharing. Okay, so this is the way how we usually do. So let's get into the next slide. Yes. So understand, weights come from matter. So your body is matter. So hence it carries weight. So is your thought. Understand, your thought is matter. That's why when you are too involved in a lot of inner chatters, you feel heavy as well. Okay? So your presence, your consciousness is energy, which is weightless. Whenever you're established in consciousness, you feel weightless. That's why people levitate when they are in that no mind zone. Okay? So understand, by our very nature, our presence is weightless. Okay? So what happened is, what make us feel heavy? See, our modern lifestyle make us unaware, absent. Because of the unawareness, absence, we are constantly thinking without being aware, being in the present moment. Okay? Because we're so preoccupied with thoughts, samskara, which is engraved memories. Engraved memories are nothing but, memories from the past, right? Anger, hatred, frustration, all those memories that has become high resolution files in our inner space. So it stays there as like a heavy load. When our inner space is filled with so much clutter, whether it's samskara, engraved memories, or random thoughts, okay, we're not able to silence the mind. This is what happened. We become heavy and unaware, unconscious. Okay, so when that happens, you should know you become, what do you call that? You make silly decision out of your samskara. Sometimes you get into trouble, you're not able to see things clearly, you get confusion, all kinds of emotions start to arise when you don't have that restful awareness or that presence. That's why whenever we're too much in the chatters or restlessness, this is what happens. We become heavy, we become insensitive to life, and we become incomplete with many things in life. This is how everything starts. Okay? Remember, how we start the root pattern is when we move away from that space of completion, which means how the mind gets created. It's precisely because of certain incidents and make us form certain ideas about ourselves. Okay? So by understanding this simple truth, you will be able to come back to your consciousness and experience the lightness of your being. Your being by very nature is light. Okay? So your present, because your present is energy. So when your present is energy, naturally you will feel weightless. Okay? So that is the whole crux of why we feel heavy. Again and again, thoughts are matter. Okay? Don't think that thought is like no existence of some like flesh and bone, but thoughts makes you heavy. Okay? Next slide. So how to go beyond the mind? We need to go beyond the mind because the mind is what makes us heavy, right? So to feel weightlessness is to become free from the body and mind. You need to go beyond the body and mind in order to experience that weightlessness. You need to become pure consciousness, pure energy itself. It is when you experience complete relaxation and total rejuvenation, when you reach the state of pure awareness, that means just establishing yourself in consciousness in the present moment. This is the time you experience utter relaxation. You feel so relaxed because you're no longer preoccupied with your thoughts and your engraved memories, And in that space of utter relaxation, calmness, silence, you experience healing and rejuvenation. That's why you should know why my company is called Your Presence Heals, right? When you are established in your presence, naturally healings happen. And the whole point of meditation is to again and again bring us back to that space of awareness, restful awareness, consciousness, presence, all that point to the same state. That means being aware, being present. This is the state, your original state. Our original state is that. And again, meditation is trying to push us back to that state, remind us of our original state, so that we can stay there longer in that state. When you are established permanently in that state, you are enlightened. Okay? Because like the gaps between two thoughts is very, very long, which means you're in the silence most of the time. You're in that awareness most of the time. And that's what we're trying to do with Dhyana, meditation. When you are in Dhyana, when you're established in that Dhyana, you just take a jump to Samadhi, in tune with the source. Okay? Next slide. Okay. So, let's look at the Shastra Pramana of this technique. Okay? Like I said, in Shiva Sutra, there are 112 techniques. Each sutra is a technique, a meditation technique, which can lead us to experience the ultimate consciousness. And each technique is powerful enough to create one religion, one sampradaya, one lineage. Okay? So today we are going to look at this Sutra 82, okay, which is taken from Vinaya Vairava Tantra, also 82. Now, so he says, being situated on a comfortable seat or on a bed, wherever you are seated, firmly cognize that your own body is without any support or base from anywhere. It is resting on nothing. So when you go into that state later on, even where you're seated, just feel that there's nothing supporting you at your butt. Okay, you feel like you're suspended in the air. Okay, so by holding this cognition, when the mind becomes worn away, that means after a while the mind becomes silent or no longer active. The thoughtlessness arises. You enter into a space where it's silence, thoughtless. Then in an instant, you have experienced weightlessness. You become weightless and experience the space beyond the mind, the space of Paramashiva. Okay? Understand Shastra Pramana? Okay, I read again. Being situated on a comfortable seat or on a bed, firmly cognize that your own body is without any support or base. Don't think that you're seated on a cushion or on the floor. Just feel that you're seated on nothing from anywhere. And it is resting on nothing. By holding this cognition, when the mind becomes worn away, the mind becomes, silence, thoughtlessness arises, then in that instant one becomes weightless and experiences the space beyond the mind, the space of Paramashiva. Okay, so that is the Shastra Pramana that we are going to go through later on. Next slide. So let me describe the technique itself, then we can enter into it. Okay. So as usual, the first thing you will do is sit in comfortable meditative posture and keep your spine straight with the eyes closed. When you align we're going to take some time to align your spine. Okay. Because aligning the spine is a precondition to experience weightlessness. Because some of you may not be sitting correctly. So I will make you align the spine. So we are going to start moving your spine, let's say backwards and forward. So I'm going to make you feel the weight backwards and forward. Okay, that means by rocking forward and backward. Later on then we do. Okay, I'm just describing first. Then you're going to sway gently. At one point you'll find that in that back and forth swaying, you will find there's one point you feel you're totally at ease. Okay, So keeping this point as a center and start moving your spine this time around sideways. So we'll move front and back, then we're going to do sideways. Okay, in that sideways swaying, suddenly you experience at one position where you feel light, almost weightless. You need to find a center. Okay, you need to feel it. So this is the point where the center of gravity is least, that you don't feel the gravity pull, so you feel weightless. At this point, your spine will perfectly be straight. Okay, so we're going to identify that alignment of the whole spine where you feel weightless, where you feel the gravity is at the least. Now, then you're going to start visualizing yourself as weightless. Okay, so that's the second part. Next slide. Come, settle down. We're two, young meditator. Okay, so see, just bear in mind, initially you feel the weight because you're not used to aligning to that point where everything is center. So, but you need to play around with it. So, but tell yourself that you are weightless. Feel the weightlessness. So, then suddenly a moment will come when you realize you are weightless. Okay, that is the truth. You will feel that you'll find that the point of weightlessness. So see, all our life we're under the illusion that we have weight because we feel that we have body and because we associated ourselves with the body. So imagine it to be our weight. But the moment you center yourself in the present, you just keep feeling your weightlessness. Okay, you'll feel the weightlessness. So then, as you enter into this deep state of meditation, you break this identification of the body completely. Suddenly, you don't feel your body anymore. Okay, you feel the body only when you're in pain or you're not aligned. When you're aligned, you will feel that you're just weightless and you don't feel your body anymore. Okay, you break the boundary of the body. So I will guide you to break the boundary of the body so that you feel weightless. Then from that deep meditative state, you can go into the levitation part. So next slide. See, as pure consciousness, you have infinite power. See, that's why when you're centered in that original state, you are Paramashiva, you're the source. You will experience powerfulness, that infinite power. You will feel that you have infinite space. You can occupy infinite space because Paramashiva is the whole, right? You experience the big you, okay? So, but you have, unfortunately, feel that you squeeze yourself into this small volume, this frame, this physical shell of the body. Because you feel that you're squeezed in this physical shell, this is the reason why we feel pain, misery, and heaviness. Because originally we are so big, but we perceive ourselves being squeezed in this tiny body, okay? And because of that, you feel shrinking, you feel suffocation. So when you cognize this, you will automatically feel your own weightlessness. So when you know this is how you feel suffocation, then the next thing you realize is expand. Expansion means what? Come back to your present, come back to consciousness. Then you will experience your original state again. Okay? So as you go deeper into this meditation, you will even carry your body with you. Like you feel that, you can take off. So your body is going to be able to lift off by the sheer force of your consciousness. Because see, when the body becomes so weightless, you will just bounce off from the ground. You will just feel lifted. Okay, see, when you have thought, that's why you gravitate. When you're thoughtless, you levitate. Okay, so it defies gravity and start rising in the air. That's how levitation happens. That's how the yogis, the yoginis perform levitation. It's precisely entering into that space where there's pure consciousness, no thought. Okay, in the deep state of awareness in samadhi. So to feel weightless is to become pure consciousness. Understand? The more and more you fall into this original state of pure consciousness, healings happen, powerfulness happen, knowing happens, all the good things happen. Okay, you will feel that you're Paramashiva, you're God. Okay, so this is the technique. Give me a thumbs up, you catch what I'm saying. Alright, great. Are you all ready? Please go and get an eye band. We're going to begin now the meditation. I'd like all of you to begin by settling your body in any comfortable meditative posture which you can sit for a long time without feeling distracted. And align your body, your spine. The head, neck and spine should be aligned in one straight line. Okay? Now, before we enter into this meditation, I'd like you to say a prayer, like a declaration, requesting Paramashiva Swamiji to grant you this experience of weightlessness, levitation. Okay? So now join the palms together, pray sincerely to the Guru, Paramashiva happening as Guru, which is Swamiji in this form, requesting him to shower us with the full experience of this technique, to experience our presence as weightlessness. Declare that sincerely and pray with your heart for the experience to come to you, for the spiritual experience. Understand? In that zone, it is his zone. So if you want to enter into his zone, you request, you pray to the divine to shower us with a spiritual experience. Okay? You can declare that 3 times sincerely. So once you're done with the prayer, come and sit with the hands by the side. That means on each thigh or knee. So now you're going to adjust the body to find the center of where you're free from the gravity. Okay? So to begin, what I need you to do is you're going to first move the body forward and backwards. Sway the body front and back. Okay? Forward and backwards. Do it very slowly and gently, little by little. Don't sway too fast, okay? If you sway too fast, you can't find that point of easiness. When you rock forward and backward, fine. At some point in time, if you feel at the back, when you rock the body to the right, you feel the weight. You feel like you're going to collapse, fall back. Then again, when you rock forward, you feel the weight is getting lesser and lesser. And at one point, you feel weightless. And then again, when you push yourself forward again, you experience the weight, the body weight again, the heaviness, and you're going to collapse to the front. So take a mental note of that point where you find that you are at ease. There's one point in the center when you move forward and backward where you are completely at ease. Find the point. Keeping this point in mind, now I want you to start moving your spine sideways. That means right and left. Again, swaying right and left very gently, okay? Don't move too fast. You move too fast, you can't find the point of the center where there's no gravity. Then suddenly you experience a position where you feel light. You feel almost weightless. Find the point. That point is where the center of gravity is the least. Okay? If you found the point, you will notice your spine will be perfectly straight, upright. Find the point. Okay? Great. Once you found the point, don't move anymore. Just stay still in that point. Because every movement is a thought. A thought means what? Matter. A matter means what? Heavy. Okay? Don't move anymore. Just keep yourself in total stillness, like frozen. Okay? Like a statue. In that center, start visualizing yourself as weightless. Remember the sutra says, when you're seated, see that you're not having a base. You're seated on nothing. You are seated on nothing. The whole body is seated on nothing. Start visualizing that. It may take a few moments to come to that visualization because you still feel some weight inside you. But just tell yourself, I'm weightless. Feel the weightlessness. Okay? You will come to a point, suddenly a moment, you completely feel weightless. Understand this is not hypnotizing yourself. It is a fact that you are weightless. You just need to find it, okay? Because we live with our whole life with the illusion that we have weight because we associate ourselves with the body. This process is actually de-hypnotizing you, make you de-hypnotize to find your center, your original presence, consciousness. So keep feeling the weightlessness, keep feeling it. Don't lose sight of it. Now, I'm going to start the timing of the meditation. unclutch from everything and feel weightlessness. Relax. Settle down from the high space. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly remove the eye band. Huh? What is that? Very mystical, right? Because you're in a very mystical zone. Okay. Anyone want to share? From the Zoom. How many levitated during the process? The body bouncing up and down. Or it's jumping here. Because in Swamiji is breathing space. Very strong energy. Okay, so anyone want to share? If you want, you can unmute yourself.
Let me share. Is Shankari.
Yes, Shankari, please.
We're hot. Burning inside.
Boiling inside. Okay, what else?
And yeah, we really experience weightless. Means that I don't feel the weight from the body.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah. And what else? It helps to sit for a long time. This is
this is how you sit for hours. Okay, this is
yes.
how yogis sit for hours in samadhi and forget about the body. Understand now? Yes, I'm pushing you.
Kundalini awaken, of course, but I don't feel I didn't have a definition this time.
You come to Adinam, you see it.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, because the energy here is very strong. You definitely will levitate because it's the energy field, like in Vidadi or in Himalayas, you know. Yeah.
And I don't feel it's already 21 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, you know that, huh? I still prepare you all to sit here, sway the body. That one I took at least 5-10 minutes, huh? Adding the 21 minutes. So in total, you actually have started for about half an hour. Do you understand? And you don't feel that.
No, I don't feel it. So it's quite amazing.
Yeah, because you're feeling, you enjoy the space, you don't feel long. Time passes by so quickly.
Yes. Yeah, and some in a very deep moment at the very deep space, I feel that I can sit like this without anything. I enjoy the moment like that.
Yes. I'm glad you all of you caught it because this is how Swamiji is able to sit for somebody for hours and days without coming out. Okay, this is how yogis sit when they're in their what you call that, jiva samadhi. Let's say they sit, you know, they sit for months without coming out, and sometimes they sit on the river bank and the river flood and then they bury themselves inside the mud to go and dig them out and lift them out. So that's what's happening. Great. Any more? The rest, whoever want to share? Shankari, you want to finish it?
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, great. Any others who want to share from the Zoom or otherwise? Jana Sharika, you want to share? Okay.
I didn't get the levitation, but I can see myself is like moving to some very like cloud area. It's like the first time when I had the wealth manifestation class. I see the Kanasa, that feeling come back and the picture, the image come back. It's like you can see yourself totally in some. So you're going. It's like you're above something, you know. It's like cloud. It's like you. I can see myself in weightlessness already. Although I still feel the bump.
Okay.
So I know I'm not there. But it's like it's very blissful. You're already like it's like if I see longer, I feel I can get there.
Yeah, because what happened is what you experience normally for levitation, you first experience as a psychological levitation. So what you experience is psychological levitation, like the mind is already feeling lifted, expanded. Then the physical levitation will happen subsequently. Okay, but feeling very blissful, right? You feel so light, like you expanded, right? Yeah, that's the feeling. Great. Anyone want to share here? No. In samadhi, is it?
Yes, Madhika, I want to share.
Anita, please share.
Yes. In the beginning, my neck also feel the weight and still not yet fully alive. Then later, when the Kundalini awaken and I lie back my leg, and then I can feel the weightlessness, and also can clearly see my inner space, what is happening in my inner space.
So you have clarity now?
Yes, Ma. Can you say that again? Sorry.
You have clarity in seeing what is inside now? You have more
Yes.
clarity? Great.
Yes.
See, this is the state when you become a witness. When you're in that weightlessness, you become a witness. You become Paramashva, witnessing consciousness. That's how, when you witness everything, you have the knowing of everything. Understand? You become a knower. You just know. You don't need to go and get the knowledge, you just know. Understand? Only in that state, because the mind is not there anymore. The mind does not interfere. You just know that you're in that expanded self consciousness. You know, whatever comes, you just know. Great. So any others who want to share? Otherwise, I'm going to conclude with the Purna mantra. You all can share in the group, even if you have not had a chance to share here. Please share. Because see, anytime, listen carefully, anytime you have a spiritual experience where divine existence shower you with some spiritual experience, you have to go out and share that experience of gift within 21 hours. Because the more and more you share, the more and more that experience will be retained in your biomemory and muscle memory. Otherwise, when you don't share, you will forget it. Okay? Forgetting it, which means you will not have that experience again and again. Only by sharing, you retain it. Understand? Then you will continue to be showered with more spiritual experiences by the divine, by existence. Because I remember one time Swamiji said that when you have such extraordinary experiences, but you don't share with others so that people can be inspired or be, wanting to find out more, you're like a thief, you try to come and steal the experience, but you don't share. You just keep it to yourself. That is he called a spiritual thief. So don't be a spiritual thief. Whenever you have some kind of experience, please share. Of course, if you don't have, just say, okay, I don't have anything to share. That's fine. It's not like a crime that you have to share. So whenever you do have some kind of explosion, some kind of experiences happening inside, when you do the meditation, please share. Okay? So that's why the sharing will make you more and more able to retain this for, when you leave the body, the experience you take with you to the next journey. And more spiritual experiences will be given to you. Understand? Okay, so if there's nobody want to share, I'm going to conclude now with the Purna mantra. Thank you all for joining. So next week, there's no meditation because next week is Ganesha Chaturthi. We will have a elaborate Ganesha Puja starting from 7:30 onwards. Okay, so please, if you are going to attend the puja, be here by 7. We're going to set it up, and all of you who are joining online, you are more than welcome. It's the same Zoom. You can come in and join this Zoom and offer. If you have a Ganesha deities, you can also follow the puja and offer to your Ganesha deities. Okay. So with that, let's finish off with the Purna mantra. Give yourself a bow from within in deep gratitude to Swamiji, the Guru, for giving us the experience of weightlessness. Let's chant the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Saubam Bhagavad Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Pavata Paramastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you, Nityananda. Have a good evening.